After becoming a stand-in, I spent the boss's money like crazy, hoping to get a divorce and divide the family property as soon as possible. However, he looked at me became more and more wrong. I asked Bai Guang to return home in advance. I'll give you 1 million yuan, take my husband away. The boss was like Liu Xio. He loved money like his life, and he would be weak and unable to take care of himself without me. I couldn't leave him alone in this life. I became the heroine of the abused novel, and I loved Lin Fan so much that I lost myself. Knowing that he only treated me as a stand-in, I still married him recklessly and became his full-time home nanny. Then, every day I loved him, but he didn't love me. I was heartbroken and abused with tears. However, when I sat in front of the cold man and looked around the 3,200 square meter villa in front of me, I couldn't shed a single tear, but the corners of my mouth were lazily upturned. What are you laughing at? Do they like you? I'm happy when I see you, I said softly. The original owner was a gentle and reserved woman who loved to hide her heart, spoke little, and adhered to the virtues of a woman. She had never spoken so delicately. Lin Fan frowned and glanced at me. Speak nicely. I stared at his Patek Philippe watch and couldn't help but burst out laughing. Okay, maybe my smile was too bright. Lin Fan put down his bowl with disdain. If you think this will make me like you, you'd better give up this idea as soon as possible. After saying that, he left without looking back. I immediately ran to the business district in the city center and walked into the Chanel store. The original owner was a woman with backbone. She married Lin Fan for love and had not bought anything for herself in all these years. Unlike me, when I entered the luxury store, I looked like I was going to the Jiangguan leather factory before it closed down to buy goods. I have been tortured to the point of being a substitute, so I have to make myself happy. Women must learn to enjoy themselves no matter what situation they are in. When I came out with my bags, I happened to meet Lin Fan rushing out after a meeting. I swiped his card and his phone rang all morning. He frowned when he saw me. You spent more than 1 million this morning and you bought all the bags. How could that be? I ran to him in small steps, raised my hand and turned around. I also matched the clothes. Do they look good? Lin Fan's face turned grim. I lowered my eyes silently. Women dress to please themselves, and I do this because I like you. If you think it doesn't look good, I will try on a few more and buy until you are satisfied. Lin Fan finally uttered these two words unwillingly. He came to the hotel next door for a meeting, and all the senior executives of the company he brought looked at him in shock. Everyone knows that I am a loser, and this is the first time in so many years that Lin Fan has praised me in public. I gladly accepted it, blinking shyly, then increased my credit limit, and I will go get my hair done later. Lin Fan's expression was as if he had eaten shit. I held his arm. Hubby, I figured it out. I was too petty before, and that's wrong. I'm Mrs. Lin, I'm your face. How can I be bland every day like an Annie? I want to be confident and shine so that you can also shine, right? With so many people watching, Lin Fan wanted to save face. So he took out his black card in silence. I took the card, kissed him hard on his handsome face, and hung the bags on his arm. Hubby, what do you want for lunch? Lin Fan quickly pulled out his arm but carried the bags. You go get your hair done. I have social events. Hubby, you've worked so hard. I'll make you a chicken pot to make up for it tonight. Lin Fan walked away in big strides as if there was a ghost behind him. I went to the Michelin restaurant next door to have a good meal and went into the beauty salon to order 3 technicians, one for body, one for hair, and one for face, and enjoyed the whole afternoon. To be honest, I don't quite understand why the original heroine cried all day long. After all, no matter whether Lin Fan loves her or not, she is already a rich wife, and the superstructure determined by the economic foundation will not be tortured to death. If he doesn't love you, can't you spend his money? Is this so difficult? After the massage, I went shopping again, and then went to the Michelin restaurant to buy a chicken pot and heated it up at home. Unlike my leisurely life, Lin Fan was racing when he went home. You spent more than 500,000 in the afternoon, you. He closed his mouth silently, his eyes widened. Because of me, Ping Pong, wearing a silk nightgown, carrying a brand new suit. Do you like it? Didn't I tell you not to buy these for me? Although Lin Fan said this, his expression eased, and he even moved his eyes away from my chest. His handsome face flushed. You haven't bought clothes for 3 months. I feel bad. I patted the pile of gifts I gave him, go upstairs to take a shower and try them on, and then come down to eat after trying them on. He didn't say anything more and went upstairs obediently. The original owner was a white flower, very nice to him, but shopping was not her forte. They were not of the same class, so she didn't know what he used. She did her best to treat him well, but he still didn't like it. In fact, I didn't know either, but I carefully studied his wardrobe before I went out and chose the brands and fabrics he liked. In this way, I spent his money to buy him one, and he had to thank me. Compared to living in a rich family for a few days and then kicking him out, I chose sustainability on exhausting the pond to catch fish. Len Fan wore the silk pajamas I bought for him and went downstairs to drink a sip of soup. The soup is good. You boiled it all afternoon. Your cooking skills have improved. His tone was flat, but his relaxed brows revealed his good mood. I smiled slightly. If it tastes good, drink more. That day, we rarely sat together and finished a meal peacefully. The original owner was circling around Lin Fan, giving so much, always wanting to ask him for a good word. Lin Fan is not a person who can give emotional value, so the original owner would cry in grievance, but what he got was quarrels and annoyance. I am different. I order takeout anyway, and it's none of my business whether he praises or not. I am a rich wife with a heart of stone. I can save face, so why should I put my heart into it? I will enjoy the good life to my heart's content. When the 3-year period is up, I will get the divorce certificate, divide the property, and run away, feeling happy. The next day, I told Lin Fan, I want 2 heirs for my home. The original owner was miserable. She had to clean up the 3,200 square meter villa and cook every day like a serf. However, Lin Fan said, I don't like strangers in my home. Aren't you managing it well by yourself? I smiled and tied his tie for him. Okay, whatever you say is what I will do. He left with satisfaction. I turned around and hired 3 aunts, each of whom offered 200,000 yuan a year, working from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The only requirement was that they should travel at different times from the male owner and not hang around him when he was at home. Lin Fan said whatever he said, but I would lose if I heard any of his words. The wife should do housework, which is the most vicious discipline in the world. It takes up the time for women to improve themselves, makes women dragged down by housework, and loses their competitiveness in the workplace. Although I am a full-time wealthy wife, I have to leave a way out for myself. Otherwise, after my divorce, I will have to compete with the aunts for the cleaning job. Seeing that all the housework has been released to the market, I put on a red dress, walked into the garden, and turned on the camera of my mobile phone. The most profitable part-time job is, of course, self-media. The first video I recorded was mainly about visiting my garden, with the title owning the first luxury house in life at the age of 25. Because Lin Fan's luxury house is not bad, I voted for Shogun should receive 20,000 likes that day. Dream house. Does my sister's family still need a dog? The kind with a college diploma. Isn't this excellent, Evie? Starting at 100 million. The number of fans' comments skyrocketed. I began to immerse myself in sorting out the operation of the next account. I wrote until more than 4 o'clock in the afternoon and got up to order a takeaway. Because I no longer cry and ask him, if he loves me, Lin Fan is willing to go home for dinner. He even asked me for the first time, what do you do at home all day, monsieur? I said it right away. He coughed twice and turned his face away. Don't flatter me. I have to. You support me devoutly with real money. I wish I could burn 3 incense sticks for you every day. That day he forgot to bring a document and asked me to deliver it to the company. I was already on his floor, but his secretary Lan Yingzhu stopped me from entering. Lan Yingzhu is a smart and capable career woman. She has a crush on Lin Fan and helps him fight for his life, but Lin Fan only has Bai Guang in his heart and even chose me as a substitute for marriage. She always looks down on me high and mighty and stands in front of me. Mr. Lin is in a meeting and doesn't want to be disturbed by outsiders. Just give me the document. Okay, I took the document out of my platinum bag and gave it to him, then turned around and left. Lan Yingzhu was stunned, and the other people who were holding their breath to watch the excitement were also stunned. I know what they are waiting for. If it was the original owner, there would always be a fuss, and then it would be confirmed that she is a lunatic, which would contrast with Lan Yingzu's stable mood, making Lin Fan even more disgusted. I walked to the stairs and suddenly turned around. Oh, by the way, there is something I forgot to say. Everyone pricked up their ears excitedly. Please tell my husband that if he forgets to bring something, just send a driver to the house to pick it up, or ask someone in the same city to send it. You are his secretary. Can't you handle such a small matter? I only go to this city to go to the beauty salon for maintenance every Friday. Don't bother me with such small matters at other times. After I finished speaking, I stepped into the elevator regardless of everyone's stunned eyes. It's so funny. Who wants to snatch my husband from you? If you want to snatch him away, just go ahead. I'll wait for the divorce and the division of the family property, and I still have to thank you. Unexpectedly, as soon as I walked downstairs, the security guard sent me up again. Bosselin wants to see you. I entered. The president's face was scary. I heard that you are unwilling to do even the smallest things for me. The original owner always regarded him as the sky. I leaned on his desk anyway. If they come, they won't see you, so they don't want to come. Lin Fan was stunned. What? I glanced at Lin Yu inconspicuously, and she straightened her back, waiting for me to complain to her ex. But I smiled at Lin Fan with curved eyebrows. Okay, I said something wrong. I apologize to you. Do you want to go to the movies? Lin Fan was stunned again. I have a meeting in the afternoon. Secretary Lam, what time is the meeting? 1 o'clock. I took his hand and looked at the Patek Philippe. 10:30 is still in time. Go there and buy you popcorn. We watched Wing God. I don't know how he felt. Anyway, I saw the big breasts all over the screen, and I was so happy that I was floating in the air. Do you like this? Lin Fan was speechless. I think this kind of figure is very healthy. Big breasts are not as secondary. The main thing is that it looks very healthy at a glance. It would be great if you could be like this. I blinked shyly. Lin Fan sighed. How can I have time to practice? You have to make money and take good care of your body. Anyway, there is a swimming pool and a gym at home. I will hire a few personal trainers for you. How about you relax every night? Lin Fan smiled. As you wish. He has been home every night recently, disturbing my reading. I need to find something for him to do so that he won't interfere with my precious time alone. That night, I wore pajamas, holding a glass of red wine, and watched the handsome man abuse Lin Fan through the glass. It doesn't matter whether Lin Fan is Lin Fan or not. The handsome man's chest muscles are really big. I've seen enough, so I closed the curtains and continued to spend money to promote my account. Because I show off my villa on XHS every day, the number of fans quickly exceeded 200,000, and I also received an invitation to a charity dinner. However, people who are famous are often criticized. Someone commented below that I am a marketing account. The first one is pinned. Such a rich lady account, all showing off wealth, must be from the same company. 15,000 likes. When it comes to half of the cooperation, Party A began to shirk responsibility. I glanced at the photo of Lin Fan on the promotional materials and said to Party A, the house is indeed mine. When I arrive in person, the rumors will be broken. On Saturday, I attended the dinner in a blue sequined evening gown and unexpectedly met Lan Yingzu. She was also wearing an evening gown like me, but the difference was that she came on behalf of the Lin group. What are you doing here? She asked with a frown. I was amused by her. What you said. If you don't know, you would think you are the young lady of the Lin family. Do you know how you married of the Lin family? Since you got the chance, you should know yourself, Mr. Lin is a public figure, and his public relations image is related to the interests of the company. You can just make trouble in the company at ordinary times. If you make trouble in this occasion, I will not forgive you. At the beginning, Lin Fan wanted to marry Bai Guang, but he couldn't marry her, so he married the original owner in anger. However, the original owner was not presentable, and the Lin group did not even announce their marriage. When attending events, Lan Yingzu was usually Lin Fan's female companion. Lan Yingzu used this as an excuse to talk about the interests of the company and the public image everywhere. Our dispute attracted the organizer. Excuse me, what happened? This is someone from our company. He wants to attend the dinner without approval. I will deal with it immediately. Lan Yingzhu apologized. Oh, miss, please go out. This is by invitation only. I took out the invitation card from my platinum bag and handed it over. The staff took a look and said, it turns out to be Miss Philosophy. Please come in. Lan Yingzhu frowned as the staff led me to the internet celebrity blogger area. I don't know how I got the invitation letter. After I sat down, the internet celebrities around me chatted with each other. Are you the philosophy who has become popular recently? I smiled. You said you are a local socialite. Why haven't I seen you? What's your real name? Where is it from? I knew a socialite before. She had a boyfriend and pretended to be cool online in the name of her boyfriend. After being exposed, she was kicked out. I heard that there are many marketing accounts now, and companies make such accounts in batches. I smiled and said nothing. Not long after, the host invited Lin Fan to the stage to speak. He stood up and passed me, then suddenly stopped. CC. In the surprised eyes of everyone, I slowly stood up, helped him straighten his collar, and asked softly, have you memorized the words? What words do I need to memorize? My husband is awesome. Go. I sat down calmly. The whole room looked at me, and I only stared at Lin Fan. The host asked Mr. Lin, who was that lady just now. Lin Fan pondered for a moment. My wife. As soon as this was said, the whole room was in an uproar. After Lin Fan finished his opening words, he came back to me, handed me his arm, and introduced me to other people. This was unthinkable for the original owner. Lin Fan got married completely out of revenge on his mother's impulse, and he regretted it afterwards. The original owner was not only a substitute, but also couldn't bear the identity of Mrs. Lin until tonight. He saw me dressed up and changed his mind. Yitzhak ate melons very quickly, and our photo soon appeared in the commentary. The blogger is actually Lin Fan's wife. Lin Fan, is it the Lin Fan I know? Oh my God, that's a real rich family. Sister, do you still need a dog? I have a doctorate degree. Whoever scolds my mother again in the future, I will be rude to him. Wait a minute, if the blogger is Mrs. Lin, then who is this person? Lan Yingzhu bit her lip and sat there feeling very uncomfortable. What she didn't expect was that netizens quickly put her on the hot search. All the events she and Lin Fan attended in the past were viewed frame by frame under a magnifying glass. At this time, Lin Fan should have been married. Why did he take her flying everywhere? Could she be a mistress? I heard that she was a secretary. I work at Lin's. Secretary Lan's feelings for Mr. Lin are well known to everyone. She often stops his wife from seeing Mr. Then they quarrel every other day. I don't know who is the main wife. I'm tired of it. It's so disgusting. This woman destroys other people's families. I looked at the comments area full of people spitting on Lan Yingzhu. Oh, I just wanted to gain some fans. This was not my plan. That night, the trending search was removed. Lin Fan received a call in the middle of the night and was scolded. The next day, he went to the company in a state of panic. I sipped milk. I was scrolling through my phone when I saw an official statement from the Lin Group. The president's family is harmonious, and he has no personal relationship with Miss Lan. The two parties have terminated their labor contract. We are very sorry for occupying public resources. For accounts that continue to spread rumors, our company will use legal means to protect the president's reputation. Lan Yingzhu was kicked out. Come to think of it, my mother-in-law is a strong woman. The Ling Group was built by her. She would never allow such a scandal to affect the interests of the company. When Lan Yingzhu came out with a cardboard box, I was sitting by the flower bed sipping milk tea. This Secretary Lan, who used to be so majestic, now looked dazed. The moment he saw me, his body was covered with spikes. Are you here to laugh at me? Squeezing into the dinner party and buying black hot searches. What a good trick. I was too lazy to explain. I have a job here. Are you interested? Don't think that if you get rid of me, your position will. What did you say? I have a job here. Are you interested? Lan Yingzhu was anxious again. You want to spend a few dollars to buy out my dignity? Impossible. You have a monthly payment of 20,000. Even so, I don't want to be your maid and be tortured by you. The Qing dynasty is dead. I handed him the printed job responsibilities. The job responsibilities are mainly business docking, course production, community building, and customer maintenance. First, you write a course copy for me on success. If you pass, I can provide you with the same high salary as in Lin's. Lan Yingzu took and looked at it with suspicion. This is a real job. Of course, Lan Yingzu couldn't figure out why. Did he ask you to come? Although he fired me, he still has me in his heart, I choked. You are a very talented person. I swallowed the pearl silently. If you were not solar-brained, your future would be brighter and more open. Lan Yingzu finally came to her senses. Could it be really you? Lan Yingzu finally came to her senses. Could it be really you? Why are you helping me? I am your rival in love. Dear, I don't have a rival in love. I just want to make some money. I don't have any love. Where would there be a rival in love? I just had dinner with Lan Yingzu when the phone rang. It was my mother-in-law, Lin Chunru. Come over here. Lin Chunru is a strong woman. Since I came in, she has severed relations with her son. The original owner was blocked by her secretary every time she visited and ended up having nothing to do with each other. I was too lazy to care about her at first, but as soon as we met, she slammed her phone on the table. Cancel your number and don't update it again in the future. I looked at her innocently. She said calmly, we brought you in not for you to show off your wealth. This house is not earned by you. Even if you gain a few followers by showing off your wealth, you are just taking advantage of netizens, curiosity, and satisfying your own vanity. It is of no benefit to the company. This incident was caused by you. I hope you will at least not make more trouble in the future. Is this request not too much? She looked down on delicate ones the most in her life. Her mind was empty and there were only men. Even if that man was her son, she would not say a word. But I know that this is the best mother-in-law in the world. I clearly remember that the first time the original owner saw her, she said, I'll give you 10 million and leave my son. What a generous and courageous lady. At this moment, how I want to shout with emotion, Mom, please throw the check in my face again. What's that look in your eyes? Lin Chenru asked puzzled Lai. I'm asking you a question. Okay, I agreed readily and Ben looked worried, but what? Blue V announcements are worthless now, and suing ordinary netizens is not a good public relations method. The company has no other channels to speak out except that Blue V. My account can help a little at the center of the storm. I think it is better for you, Mom, to appear on camera with me to show family harmony. Seeing is believing. Everyone believes what they see with their own eyes. This will help to calm the public opinion storm. Lin Shenru sneered. I think calming public opinion is fake. You want to use this incident to force me to admit your identity as the young lady of the Lin family. This is the real thing, right? Whether you admit it or not, I am already one. Lin Shenru snorted. But I knew she would agree. Although I am still a delicate wife in her heart, I am at least a defaced wife who uses a knife to kill people and uses the company to control her. I will visit you at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Okay, Mom. The next afternoon, Lin Shenru appeared in my small garden in a Chiangzan. How to show family harmony, walk around the garden hand in hand. Her expression was full of disgust. I sorted out the manuscript. Let's do a talk show together. You want to interview me? Lin Chenru's eyes flashed with surprise. Yes, without waiting for her to refuse, I opened the live broadcast room directly. Good afternoon, everyone. I am philosophy, and this is my mother, Lin Chenru. Mom, please say hello to everyone. Even though Lin Shenru had experienced many ups and downs, the sudden situation made her a little embarrassed. Isn't this the richest woman? This filter is turned on and people in their 50s have their skin smoothed to 20 degrees. It's so funny. Sister Pai is worthy of being a real lady from a wealthy family. Her husband cheated on her, cheated on her and asked her mother-in-law to be her backer. If the family is really harmonious, why don't you join your husband? I was calm about the bad reviews. Today I am very fortunate to invite my mother to participate in our live broadcast and share some of her entrepreneurial experiences. I think if a person continues to win in his field, he must have his own unique features. Today, I will take advantage of the opportunity to talk to my mother about her entrepreneurial experience. If you have any questions, you can also type them on the public screen. I took out the cue card. What do you think is the most needed quality or talent in the process of entrepreneurship? Action. I noticed that young people nowadays have some psychological states of lying down idleness, anxiety, and internal consumption. This is often because you know what you should do, but you don't do it. At this time, it is often just do it. That is, if you want something, do everything possible to get it, even if there will be more failures in the process. But if you fail, quickly review it, find out the problem, solve the problem, and immediately devote yourself to the next attempt. How does that sentence go? Just do it. Although she was a little uncomfortable at the beginning, as long as she talked about work, Lin Chunru immediately regained her aura. The direction of the barrage quickly changed. Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? I just came to eat melons. But I didn't expect to get a lecture from the big boss. Sister Fart, what is cheating mistress? I just want to learn from Lynn's mother. A large number of netizens flocked to the live broadcast room, and the number of fans increased rapidly. The live broadcast, which was originally planned to be 40 minutes, was extended to 2 hours, and netizens asked questions more and more enthusiastically. There was a question that received a lot of likes, but I didn't turn it over, which caused dissatisfaction among netizens. The last question. Why doesn't Sister P ask Ms. Lynn how to balance work and family? Because I think this question is meaningless. I smiled bitterly. You can't ask Mr. Wang and Mr. Ma how to balance work and family. The implicit concept behind this question is that men are responsible for the outside world and women are responsible for the inside world. Men can go out and work hard, and women should take care of family affairs, no matter how outstanding Ms. Lynn's career is, as long as she doesn't take care of her family, she is not doing well enough. Is this criterion too harsh? Lin Shenwu responded, I raised my children alone. Now my children have started a family and have taken over most of my work. My daughter-in-law is also an online celebrity blogger. They can manage themselves, and so can I. We live a very happy life. After the live broadcast, she came over to look at my phone with me. IBO had exploded. Our live broadcast rushed to the top of the hot search list, and most of the public opinion was positive. At least it's not a rich lady who's gone crazy and pulled hair. She is indeed of high quality, and she doesn't talk about her private life at all. She exudes a temperament that doesn't care about men. I like it very much, the way they get along, not to mention family. At least they are seniors and juniors who can understand each other. I heard that Lynn's mother is very strict about the son's marriage. I can understand why. It is Sister Pie who laughs in the end. This conversation is definitely not a vase. You are very good at dealing with public opinion, Lynch Unru said. In fact, I still have an immature idea. I want to continue this series and invite a big guy to share in each issue. I handed him the PPT that I had already written and told him about the drainage mechanism, community building, and the subsequent knowledge payment model. Lin Shenru was stunned. So, from the beginning, you showed off your wealth to attract traffic, create public opinion, and pull me out, just for the sake of starting a business. Lan Yingzhu was not exposed by me, so what if you did it? Lin Shanru's attitude changed 180 degrees. It's just that it's dangerous for you to stand in front of the stage. Once you have a problem, the company will be implicated. As long as the structure is built, I will unbend and return to the backstage. I won't be an internet celebrity all my life. Lin Shinru finally looked at me straight in the eye. You are very thoughtful. Then you agree. She picked up her coat. It's better to make a little money than stay at home and do nothing. She walked to the door and ran into Lin Fin coming in from outside. Mom, why are you here? I hurriedly said. Since you are here, let's have a meal together before leaving. Lin Shuru paused. The mother and son haven't seen each other for a long time. It just so happens that I want to ask you which big guys I should contact next. In view of my warm invitation, Lin Shunru said, okay. In the evening, the three of us had dinner at the same table for the first time. The chef you hired is very good. You hired a chef. Lin Fan couldn't believe it. I laughed. You don't think that all the dishes are made by me, do you? I don't like outsiders in the house, Lin Chirao said. Why don't you do it yourself? Lin Fan was silent for a while, and then he said, I watched your live broadcast. The effect is very good. Who wrote the script? Lin Chanru answered the question irrelevant lie. If something happens in the future, don't always let your wife clean up your ass. I have nothing to do with Lan Yingzhu. I just think she is useful. This matter can't be blamed on me. Now people are still saying that I am strict and dismissed innocent female subordinates. She is not innocent, seeing that the mother and son were about to quarrel again. I hurriedly called Lin Fan to the terrace. Why? She has to confront me no matter what I say. In her position, she doesn't need to tolerate anyone, and she treats me the same way. But I am her son. Why is she really dissatisfied with me? Why you have to satisfy her? I asked back. You don't like her, isn't it better for her to be dissatisfied? Or have you always longed for your mother's approval deep in your heart? Lin Fan was stunned. You have grown up and are almost 30 years old. You are the president of the Lin Group, a powerful upstart in the business world. You will not change because of any evaluation from anyone, and you don't need anyone's praise except yourself. His situation is quite common. I would like to call it a strong workaholic mother and a only little boy. I counseled him again, and Lin Fan's emotions stabilized. He realized the source of his complex with his mother and looked at me with awe. Do you also know psychotherapy? I know a little. Then today's hot search is really about you. It's mainly because of my mother's cooperation. You see, although she always confronts you, she still protects you in the first time when something happens. Lin Fan asked me seriously, how do you think the follow-up of the Lan Yingzhu incident should be resolved? I smiled slightly. It's very simple. In the following days, I lived in Sister P's little garden every day, and Sister P was always on the hot search. Messiaans quarreled over me and divided into two camps. One camp said that I became the young lady of the Lin family by my own ability, and I was rich and favored, and the mistress fell before I could make a move. The other camp said that I was ruthless, high level, and strangled the competitor in the cradle without bloodshed. Some people are still scolding Lan Yingzhu as a shameless mistress. I arranged for her to appear on the live broadcast that day. Although it was only 2 or 3 seconds, the barrage still exploded. Who was that who just flashed by? It seems to be that mistress. Why is the mistress with Sister Pie? Oh, Jai Collins, she is my assistant now. I smiled and asked her to appear on the camera together because she is a very capable person. After she resigned, I poached her. Sometimes a simple sentence can change a person's situation. When I stand with her, everyone will feel that if there is anything, I will never be able to live in peace with her. Of course, there will still be some speculations, and I can't stop it. Being a woman means that you can't satisfy everyone. I have long been accustomed to it, so I learned to make money seriously and never waste my energy. I want to solemnly apologize to you. I have done many things that hurt you, Lan Yingzhu said to me after the live broadcast. Not bad. I took a sip of tea easily. I respect you for pursuing your own love, but you shouldn't harm others for your own benefit. Your love is great, but you violated the interests of another woman, and this is your fault. I know you think I'm just a substitute. I am not worthy, and you are more suitable for him. But isn't this a kind of bullying? If I were bullying today, you wouldn't be sitting here. Thank you very much for protecting me. This kind of thing will never happen again. I owe you for what happened before, and I will make money for you well. I've already calculated that this year's year-end bonus will be deducted by 50, and your stock options will be reduced to 1. 5. Lan Yingzhu's face twisted. Isn't this a bit too harsh? I was a little upset about what you did to me before. I happen to be your boss now, so just bear with it. I picked up my handbag. Are you going out so late? My husband wants me to attend a celebration banquet. These were originally your jobs. I still have some moral bottom line. I took the Lim family's money and I really did things for them. However, who knew that the job of a rich lady was 20 and when would Bai Guang come back to take over my shift? That day, Lin Fan suddenly called me to ask me to go to the company for a team building. When I arrived at the place, I found out that it was a resort hotel and there was no one else except him. Isn't it a team building? Yes, the Lin family team building. Aren't the two of us enough? Lin Fan clinked his glasses with mine, his eyes twinkling. Alarm bells rang in my heart. Aren't you always busy? Men also need to balance work and family. He opened the jewelry box and pushed it to me. We were missing one or two things when we got married. Do you like it? The ring is a nice ring, but I dare not take the person. I moved my eyes away from the diamond. Mister Yin, you know I'm a stand-in, right? I'm just playing your wife here. You don't have to give me a beach honeymoon and a diamond ring. They have special meanings. When I married you, I really didn't know you very well. It was you who told me in person that you were willing to do anything, even a stand-in, as long as I could marry you because you loved me. Now I think accepting your love is the right choice. Lin Fan's eyes were gentle. I quickly declined. But people will change their minds just like you sitting here now, giving me these, and forgetting the person you once wanted to marry. Lin Fan stopped smiling and was even a little shocked. What do you mean you don't love me anymore? It's only been a short time. I'm sorry, I don't have a long-term mind. Love only has a shelf life of 3 months. I'm not a nostalgic person. Lin Fan had never thought that I would say this. He just held up his wing glass in a daze and stood there. I know it's hard for you to accept this. If you want a divorce, you can do it any time. That night, I drove home and packed my things. Lin Chunru, my project is basically done. I want to come to work here. Lin Chunru was very satisfied. Okay, the company will be handed over to you anyway. You should get familiar with it first, so as to avoid being in a hurry in the future. I didn't tell him that I was going to divorce his son. I don't think she would care too much. No matter whether I am her daughter-in-law or not, as long as I work well enough, she won't care about my status. So I work hard every day, often busy until late at night, and naturally sleep at Ling Chanru's place. Unexpectedly, Lin Fan began to go home for dinner every day with a shameless face. Lin Chenru said sharply, "Can you go home and have a fight? I like to live alone, and you come here every day to eat. I'm not used to it. Did you hear that Mom is calling us to go home?" Lin Fan said in a deep voice. I quickly carried him to the terrace. "What are you doing?" "Of course I'm here to see you." He stared at me solemnly. "You are my wife, not her wife." "You can't live in your mother-in-law's house every day," I said. "I'm just a substitute." "But I'm not bad to you, right? Although we got married out of emergency, I have never bullied you. You can swipe as much as you want. Don't you enjoy everything about being my wife? We obviously get along very well. Because I treat this as a job and I'm trying to meet your needs. Anyone who does his job will want to slack off. Not that he wants something to happen with Party A. He was stunned for a long time. So I'm Party A? Yes, I think he will definitely let go if he says that. Most men can't stand having their self-esteem hurt in this way. Unexpectedly, Lin Fan thought about it carefully and pushed the financial WeChat to me. "I am willing to give you half of all my wealth. As long as you are my wife for life, you can just treat me as Party A. You don't have to love me. But I believe you can pretend to be so." I quickly refused. No, no, no wants to work for a lifetime. I make money to retire early. Besides, you are just looking for a subordinate. You don't want a partner. At first, he was attracted by my face and thought I could be a qualified doll to comfort his love sickness for another person later. He probably thought I was very useful. I could be a qualified Mrs. Lin and support him in work and life. His perception of me has always been instrumental, just like he likes a nice leather bag and a good hammer. That I am a human being, how much does he know about me? Mutual use is just mutual use. That is not love. It is just a marriage between wealthy families, each having fun. Please go back. I closed the door and went back to the living room, where Lin Chunru was drinking tea with her ears propped up. "She won't live with me forever, will you? You are so young, you can't keep an old woman like me company all day." "I am a young, beautiful, excellent, and rich woman. Don't worry, I lack men. And you are not old enough to lack men. Don't call yourself old." Lin Shenru's hand trembled slightly as she served the tea, and she took a sip of tea and then coughed one after another. From that day on, Lin Fan made full use of his dogskin plaster characteristics and started his wife chasing crematorium in advance. He came to his mother's house for dinner every day just to block me. He lurked in the live broadcast room and spent money to be my number one brother. He also sent me abdominal muscle photos on WeChat every day. Lin Fan said frankly, chasing you. Good boy, you are worthy of it. I admit that you can a T in the original plot, and you are good at it. At least you inherited your mother's tenacity. It's a pity that I am a heartless woman and I just want a divorce and divide the family property. Chasing the wife crematorium is too tricky. I used my personal connections to get Bai Guang back to China in advance. As expected, when we were having dinner that day, Nan Lin called Lin Fan to pick her up at the airport. It's raining so hard I have nowhere to go. Can I stay at your house for a night? It's your Bai Guang, Lin Qing Ru rubbed salt in his wounds. Now you know why I didn't let you marry him in the first place, right? It's your Bai Guang. Lin Shenru rubbed salt in his wounds. Now you know why I didn't let you marry him in the first place, right? You have no sense of propriety, asking a married man like you to be a driver in the middle of the night, and you still want to enter the house. Look at her. I did nothing wrong by driving her away. I wanted to block Lin Shenru's mouth. Don't say that. This is just normal friendship. However, Lin Fan had already received off-field support. She has no relatives and came to me for help. I asked the driver to give her a ride, which is also the most righteous thing. I screamed, if he has no place to live, let him move in. It's not safe for a girl outside. Lin Fan sneered twice. Madam is right. That night, Nan Lin moved into my 3,200 square meter home as he wished, and Lin Fan, he lay on my bed as he wished. So why are you in my bed? This room is mine. Lin Fan grabbed his little quilt. I just went back to my room. I packed my luggage overnight and moved out to live in a hotel. Bai Guang is so terrible. She messed up my life on the first day she came back. It was obviously her who should live in the hotel, but in the end it became me. The next day, Nan Lin ran to me and showed off. The person Lin Fan loves is me. You are just a substitute. If you have a little self-knowledge, leave him and give me the position of Mrs. Lin, I hurriedly said. I think so too. He will marry me just because he is attracted by your faith. Is it fun to lick him like this? Wait, what did you say? I put my arm around his shoulders and said, I'll give you 1 million yuan and you can kidnap my husband. If you need any other expenses during the process, you can ask me to reimburse you. Nan Lin, you've made me so miserable. I want to get a divorce, but I can't, you know. You have to find a way to get him to sign the divorce agreement. Then he'll be single again and he'll be yours. Nan Lin said vigilantly, you're not going to transfer the money to me and then sue me for fraud, are you? Send me to jail? And you won't have a rival in love? This is just a romance story. There aren't so many high-end operations. Nan Lin was stunned for a moment, then why? Why what? Why what? Why do you want into a wealthy family? What are the defects of Lin family? What are the defects of Lin Fan? Nan Lin became alert again. Is he not good in that aspect? Or is he a mystic abuser? Or does he have depression? He's like before it's physi and mental. I think the marriage system was invented to support women, and it puts women in the position of objects. I hope to return to the matriarchal society system of walking marriage so that I can live with my sisters every day, sleep with whichever man I want, without having to bear any moral shackles, and then the child will be raised by my uncle and have my surname. Nan Lin, you are such a weird person. What did I hear? Nan Lin, you are such a weird person. What did I hear? Nan Lin took out his mobile phone. What's the name of your live? I quickly held him down. Don't look. You are going to be Mrs. Lin, and wealth and glory are waiting for you. I took Nan Lin to change his clothes and sent him downstairs of the Lin group. Come on, call me anytime if you have any questions. Nan Lin went in confused. Not long after, my phone rang, and the caller ID showed it was Nan Lin. So fast. Could he be stuck in the elevator? I picked up the phone, but heard Lin Fan's calm voice. Nan Lin has confessed. Come up. Bai Guang is really poisonous. She confessed too quickly. Nan Lin and I wore exactly the same Xiaoxiang dress and sat side by side on the sofa in Lin Fan's office. The security captain took out the things in his bag, one by one: camera, condoms, divorce agreement, ink pad. I was blinded at the first glance. His plan was simply clear at a glance. What did you put in the bag? I originally wanted to get pregnant with his child and then force him to abdicate. Nan Lean was so scared that she was about to cry. I also heard that you were going to press his finger while he was asleep to help you sign the agreement. I am a grateful person, thank you. I dug my toes into the ground. Whose idea was it? Lin Fan clasped his hands across his abdomen and looked at us coldly. I looked at the trembling man. Lin, it's me. I was afraid that this guy would really go in, and my intentions were known to everyone, so I might as well stab Lin Fan in the heart. Do you really hate me so much that you are generous enough to let other women seduce me? I don't say I hate him, and I even have a little bit of affection for him, but I'm definitely not good enough to be with him for the rest of my life. I know that very well. That of my life. I know that for the rest of my life. I know that very well. Lin and didn't say much. He just opened the divorce agreement, signed it happily. Lin Fan said, "You Freeman signed in happily. You don't like the property, and half of my assets will be transferred to the name of my wife." Now it was my turn to be stunned, and I blinked innocently. What is he talking about? I know you feel that there is no love between us. I only want to keep you because you are capable. I don't deny that there is this reason. You are very capable. I can't lie with my eyes open. I used to have PTSD about my mother and wanted to find a little white flower in rebellion. It was you who made me change my mind. Life partners really need to find strong women who are equally matched. It is immature and naive of me not to appreciate strong women. In addition, you have quite a lot of things that attract me, such as your kindness, your altruism. You try your best to help me and my mother to bridge the gap, and you even hope that Nan Lin and I can reconcile. Of course, you are not perfect, but you always have your own opinion. When you are not around me, you are really radiant. So to me, you are not a beautiful vase or a useful wife. You are an interesting person and an independent soul. It is me who is useless and can't keep you. Mr. Lin, please don't say that. I'm about to cry. So, you are free now. We are all free. He walked in front of me, unraised the corners of his lips. Excuse me, Miss Sue, can I go to your house for marriage now? I was stunned where I was. He glanced at Nan Lin behind me through me and made sure that he couldn't see it from this angle, so he took my hand and secretly touched his chest. It's so big, really so big. I couldn't help but touch it a few more times. I suspected that he had taken steroids. You should be single now. Do you want to talk about love? He bit my ear gently. What a scheming straight man. He first gave me freedom, then gave me a lot of money, and now he took advantage of my guilt and entered my house openly. The news of our divorce immediately became a hot search. At the same time, we were photographed by the media walking side by side on the street at night. If you are so sweet, why do you want to divorce? Is it to avoid taxes or to buy a house? Our first marriage was not very happy. Some things start wrong and there is no way back. So I decided to level it and start over. I want to pursue her again. Lin Fan took my hand and showed a 3-carat diamond ring. This is our divorce ring. Does it look good? Reporter. What about Miss Sue after you get the huge fortune? Will you choose to marry Mr. Lin? I love you. You are free, he said generously. Oh, scheming straight man. When he was my husband, I felt that he was that man, but at the moment of divorce, I felt his courage, generosity, determination, and unscrupulousness. I admit that I was shamefully moved. No wonder they say that marriage is the grave of love. I think we, who are single again, have just begun. Who knows?